Now time for the 7 things you'll be talking about today. Number 7.
Oh boy, members of the North Alabama transgender community are expressing disappointment after Rocket City Pride Fest, are you ready for this? Included log cabin Republicans. These are gay Republicans. These people are not allowed, apparently, to be gay and Republican at the same time. Apparently, they hold anti-trans stances. They were a vendor at last year's or this year's event at the Orion Amphitheater. They were very upset. Listen to these people cope about this, though. Briar Wolf, surely a real name, organized a separate gathering at Ditto Landing to ensure everyone in the community feels represented. Well, Rocket City Pride has promised to review its practices and seek community input moving forward. Look, I don't care what these people do when they get together. It's up to them. But you can't say we want everyone to feel represented when you get your feelings hurt when somebody is represented that you slightly disagree with. The log cabin Republicans wanted to come to your event. Be happy about that.
Number 6.
Secretary of State Wes Allen has faced criticism for purging. I love the way they're framing this because I'm not even critical of that. That's awesome. Purging thousands of voters from Alabama's rolls just 84 days before a federal election, with a judge ordering the purge to stop the purge, because Allen missed a 90-day cutoff mandated by federal law. But Allen argued, I was elected Secretary of State by the people of Alabama, and it is my constitutional duty to ensure that the only American citizens vote in our elections. The state alleges, the DOJ alleges that Allen's program erroneously flagged thousands of eligible U.S. citizens, prompting a federal judge to halt the purge in order the state be notified and notify the affected voters of their restored rights. Meaning, hey, let's go ahead and let as many illegal people vote as possible. The DOJ has made it clear to the state.
Number 5.
During a Fox News town hall, Donald Trump, the former president, Donald Trump, called himself the father of IVF, which is kind of cringe, but sure. I mean, he wants to show Republicans support this, and he wants to pay for it. He also referred to United States Senator Katie Britt, Republican out of Montgomery, who was portrayed by Scarlett Johansson on SNL as, quote, fantastically attractive, end quote. And, okay. Why are we mad about that? Anyway, he said she told him about in vitro fertilization. He framed the party as a strong advocate for IVF, countering Democratic criticism that recent GOP actions like abortion restrictions could threaten reproductive health care access, including IVF, by highlighting that he wants more of it and he wants the government to pay for it. Now, got some problems with that, but okay, call him the father of IVF. All right, fine. Kidnapping hoaxer. Kidnappee hoaxer? Kidnapper hoaxer? I don't know. Kidnapping hoaxer Carly Russell's lawyer revealed that she is struggling to pay the $18,000 in restitution from her kidnapping hoax and has now been ordered to pay only $50 per month. Now, why is she having a hard time paying this back? Well, you may not know this. She had a job that she was working when she pulled this stupid little scam where she pretended she was following a baby who was apparently sprinting down the highway faster than Usain Bolt, and that she was then kidnapped and drug into the woods somewhere, and then tried to create this whole fake thing in order to get attention. Well, now she's having a hard time getting a job because who would hire someone who is a liar and a thief? But either way, they're now going to have a review of her case in March. She could go to jail if she does not pay her restitution. She should have gone to jail in the very beginning. A couple of weirdos are concerned about the Alabama chapters of Moms for Liberty releasing their 2025 agenda. Are you ready for this? I hope you're not scared about this, but the 2025 agenda includes reviving legislation that failed in 2024. I know, it's scary. Listen to these scary things that they're trying to do. Their key priorities include restricting libraries from distributing certain LGBTQ plus materials to minors, which seems reasonable. Expanding the ban on LGBTQ plus instruction in schools, seems reasonable. And supporting bills that would legally define gender and promote abstinence-based sex education. Now, I don't agree with the second part of that because I don't think it's effective, but It's okay to have these conversations. They're not villains for wanting to have the conversation, but they treat these guys like they're weirdos. But the people that want to put on dresses who are men, those are the guys who are normal, right? I just want to make sure I understand this. Those are the normal guys? Damian LaRon McDaniel III, 22 years old, has been arrested and charged with the murders of 6 people over 3 days. This includes 4 victims in a mass shooting outside Hush Lounge in Birmingham's 5 Point South. He's also charged with the murder of 35-year-old DeAndre Tenier Brown, an innocent bystander shot to death inside 604 Bar and Lounge, and faces another capital murder charge for the robbery and shooting death of 32-year-old Jamarcus McIntyre, who was killed less than 24 hours after the 5 Point South shooting. So in 72 hours, this guy killed 6 people. He faces multiple charges, including capital murder and first-degree assault, as police continue to investigate the connections between the homicides and the city's illegal drug trade. So they finally got this guy, and they got him arrested. Hopefully he gets convicted. What a monster. Whoever set up the interview for Vice President Kamala Harris on Fox News is probably going to need a food tester for a while. That's how bad it was. It was her first formal sit-down interview with Fox News since she's become vice president. Harris clashed with Brett Baer, an anchor, who now, by the way, is a racist, sexist, terrible journalist, even though Kamala Harris herself in the interview said, "You're an investigative journalist. Yeah, I know you've looked into this. I know you're very good at your job." And now, of course, he's a monster. How dare he ask these questions? But Brett Baer clashed with Harris because he asked her direct questions and said, "Are you sure about that, stupid?" I mean, he's paraphrasing. I'm paraphrasing him. But he clashed with her over immigration policy, the fact that she's trailing former President Donald Trump on the economy and everywhere else, her past positions from the 2019 presidential race that she no longer holds, which, by the way, she says, no, that was 5 years ago. Stop worrying about that. Well, then telling you that January 6th was the most important day ever, and then at the same time telling you that 9 months ago they did something that matters very much, but 2 years ago things don't matter. Kamala Harris is a moron. I think that's the overall takeaway from this position, this interview, and her positions don't hold any water at all, because the minute you start poking her, she completely crumbles. Now, there will be people that will tell you she did a good job. You know, like when she said that her presidency will not be a continuation of the Biden presidency, which I think kind of highlights what a disaster all of this was. She literally denounced the guy she is with right now in order to get another job. Hey, we did a terrible job over the last 3.5 years, but if you turn the page and let me have this, I'm going to do a fantastic job. So please let me do that. Baer did not let Harris filibuster, and an angry Harris lashed out when her talking points were challenged. A big problem for her was when he said, "Really?" Like, that was basically it. Like, he asked her to clarify stuff. Not great. Trump is a fascist. Trump is a bad guy. Trump wants to ruin America. He wants to put his enemies in jail. By the way, that's happening as Donald Trump is having jokes told by the current president, Joe Biden, about his sentencing dates. So just keeping that in mind, that Donald Trump wants to put his enemies in jail. When is that sentencing date for Donald Trump, right? When is that happening? This is what those geniuses are trying to tell you. And you can get in here and tell me I'm wrong about this, but of course I'm not. It's all very simple and easy for you to do. You can do it right this very second. All you have to do is pick up the phone. 866-494-WVNN. You can pick those up right now. You can talk or text. That's the scoutpestcontrol.com WVNN hot take text line. I'm looking for that one person who's saying she did a good job, who can actually try to make that argument. I'd love to hear it. Love to hear it. She did a good job. No. Tell me about that. I want to hear it. I need to hear it. I crave it. You can also get in here and email me.
You've got mail.
Dale at WVNN.com. A fun way to get in there and get your questions in for 10 with him as well. It is all very simple. You can continue that right here on WVNN next.
Get WVNN's Dale Jackson's 7 Things You Should Be Talking About Today right in your email box every morning. Go to yellowhammernews.com and sign up today.